brain in order to sleep? The answer, surprisingly, is no, but even more surprisingly, animals might not even need neurons in order to sleep. Sleep feels like a very brain-centric activity because when we sleep, it feels like our brains do a little spring cleaning and that we wake up refreshed in the morning, but our muscles, gut, and immune system have a huge role to play in sleep, so much so that they can even influence when we fall asleep. So what is sleep if it isn't just about the brain? Researchers are narrowing in on several aspects of sleep, from behaviors to cellular activity and gene expression. For sleep behaviors, researchers are looking at whether animals do things like stay still for a period of time, have a typical sleep posture or sleep place, are less responsive to stuff that they would usually have a response to, like light or being poked, can rapidly wake up. They make up for lost sleep, and that they follow a certain daily cycle of sleep, like sleeping at night or sleeping at certain times of the day. Beyond sleep behaviors, researchers are also looking at sleep on the cellular level. So they're looking for changes in brain electrical patterns or in cell gene expression. They're also looking for genes that are known to be responsible for sleep in animals. There's still a lot more research to be done, but what we know right now is that humans display all of the characteristics of sleep, along with reptiles, birds, and fish. Marine mammals display almost all of the characteristics of sleep, but they're super hard to study because they live in the ocean and they can't just come to the lab for studies. Crayfish, sea slugs, fruit flies, and octopuses also show most of the signs of sleep, but we haven't tested them for all the behavioral and cellular changes yet, so the picture isn't quite as strong. Where it gets really interesting is with jellyfish, hydra, and roundworms, because these animals don't have brains. They do have collections of neurons, but they're far fewer in number and they don't have the brain-like setup. And yet still, they show most of the hallmarks of sleep. What they really lack is a daily sleep cycle, but maybe living in the soil or being an ocean filter feeder means that the sun doesn't matter as much to you and you can just sleep when you need it. Finally, we get to the most controversial animals when it comes to sleep: sponges and the smallest animal on Earth, placozoans. And these animals don't have any neurons at all. They're both difficult to keep healthy in the lab, so we don't know as much about them, but even they show some signs of sleeping. Hopefully more research can show us just how many sleep characteristics these neuronless animals have. This research into sleep within the animal kingdom shows us that sleep is more than just brains and neurons. It's more about the health of the entire body. Some researchers even think that sleep is so essential that sleeping was the default way that life was, and that we evolved wakefulness instead of evolving sleep, which is just like